This is my response to the rally to end discrimination that was held at John Carroll on March 9th, 2010. Thought it was a pretty nice event for the time I was there. I would have preferred more sort of information about what they were actually trying to get accomplished and more of academic speakers and that kind of setting. But music was definitely good, definitely nice. Brought a lot of people out and definitely helped to raise um, people's awareness of the issue of gay, lesbian, and bisexual presence on campus. Maybe not too explicitly what exactly the rally was for once you arrived, but it's always good. I was talking to one of my parents' friends who taught at a university in Pennsylvania for a long time, and I told him about the situation that was going on at John Carroll, and he said that was a little bit like what the universities were like during the civil rights era back in the 1960s, and he really hasn't seen anything like that at his university since, and he thinks it's really nice that this is able to happen at a Jesuit university, students standing up for their rights and differences and stuff like that. And a few colleges do this kind of stuff, protests and that kind of thing. Like University of Florida is making a protest, I believe, this week in response to a shooting of one of their students by University of Police who had the student who was shot had polio and he was just waving his polio cane or something like that. You can check the article out below that. But one thing that I find maybe not a little bit disappointing is that some of the larger issues that are really important to the entire country are never addressed at any of these rallies by students or on a large scale. I mentioned this before in my reviews, but there's a lot of stuff in America that definitely, in my opinion, should be more of something that needs to be rallied for than some of these smaller community things. Although I guess you have a easier chance of changing smaller things than larger things. But I was just reading an article also below about the median wealth of a single black woman in America is currently just $5, which is really that's insane, pretty much shocking. And of course, some people are aware of this. The rate of death by women when they're in childbirth in the United States is 41st in the world. So 40 countries have less deaths than the United States, and supposedly for the best healthcare system in the world that some believe exists in the United States. This is definitely something that's not acceptable and should be brought to light by especially women's groups. They're protesting um, some things like abortion, that kind of stuff, but I never heard of any protests about this. I mean, if you're not going to have an abortion and you're still going to have your child born, I mean, when you want to be in the number one country or at least the top 20 in that which in the top 20 countries which don't have um, large death rates of women in childbirth, that would be something definitely that I would want to be in if I was a woman. And so yeah, just the protest overall was good. And I enjoyed it, and seems they got what they were looking for, which is nice at John Carroll. And just be nice also if campuses like ours, or even on a larger scale, like 60,000 people marching on Washington or something. That would definitely get a few heads turned, and maybe some of these issues could be resolved in the future.